Now, if you're still telling people that due to COVID shipping times may vary, then you need a better excuse because that's just bad business at this point. Anyways, that was my rant. And don't be that shop, okay? Because I'm still waiting for my shipment and I need those items and I'm still waiting for it. So I'm trying to support a small business and they're still not shipping my items. Like, shipping shouldn't take this long. It's been over 2 weeks now. Anyways. Hola mi gente bella y bienvenidos a mi canal. My name is Sandra if this is your first time here, and welcome to my channel. In this channel, you'll be learning and I'll be speaking about everything high-end or luxury candle making business tips. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. As you can tell by the title of this video, we'll be discussing candle science versus nature's garden, which is best. In today's video, we'll be discussing two OGs in the candle and soap making game, candle science versus nature's garden. Which is best for your business? These two companies were the two that I gravitated towards when I first started my candle making business, and from which time to time I will still purchase from. To be fair, I will be ranking them in terms of price, quality, ease of their website use, their item availability, waxes, wicks, vessels, shipping, and rewards. I know this sounds like a lot, but it's not, trust me. Okay, so the first item, shipping times. Candle Science has a warehouse in the East Coast and a warehouse in the West Coast. So if you order anything on their website, they will ship it to you based on the coast in which you live. Making shipping faster, as a matter of fact, their shipping time is by far one of the fastest shipping for candle making supplies. Nature's Garden, on the other hand, has one store in Wellington, Ohio, which means that shipping may take a while if you're not in the East Coast. Although their shipping times vary and it depends on what you've ordered, you might get your order in a timely fashion. So on another note, I might be going off on a tangent here. I ordered from a small candle supply shop on February the 2nd, and we're on February, today is the 15th, and I am still waiting on my shipment. Hold up, I'm waiting on my shipping label to be sent. Now, if you're still telling people that due to COVID shipping times may vary, then you need a better excuse because that's just bad business at this point. Anyways, that was my rant, and don't be that shop, okay? Because I'm still waiting for my shipment and I need those items and I'm still waiting for it. So I'm trying to support a small business and they're still not shipping my items. Like, shipping shouldn't take this long. It's been over 2 weeks now. Anyways, so let's get back on track. So for shipping time, Candle Science won this round. All right, now for quality items, particularly fragrance oils, Candle Science has revamped many, if not all, of their candle scents to exclude phthalate-free ingredients and are more environmentally conscious in terms of packaging as well. However, this is something that they just implemented in 2019 and forward. So it's not something that they did since the beginning of their business. However, Nature's Garden had already implemented environmentally safe items way long before Candle Science. However, Candle Science fragrance oils, in my opinion, are superior to Nature's Garden. I have used both fragrances, and many of Nature's Garden's fragrances smells like soap. Everyone I ask to smell fragrances from Nature's Garden, out of the bottle, they say it smells like soap. But to be honest, many fragrances out of the bottles smells a different way from when you add them to your finished product. And many suppliers will tell you that as well. But I do have to admit that when Nature's Garden's fragrance oils are blended with wax, some of the soapy scent does fade, but in others it does remain. Also, not all of their fragrances perform well in candle making, even when they have a suggested usage rate for soaps or body products, incense, cleaning products, and waxes. Nature's Garden fragrances, to me, are better for soap making or body products, and they do smell amazing when added to soaps. One advantage that Nature's Garden has over Candle Science is that they carry essential oils. They don't carry every single scent out there, but they do have enough. I tried their essential oils, and in fact, I use all of them and will still purchase essential oils from them. Their essential oils are top quality. They perform great, and I have no complaints about them. Aside from it being expensive, but that's expected since essential oils are the purest form of plant aroma, and as I mentioned in my fragrance video, which I'll link in the description box and in the cards above, the distillation and extraction process is extensive and costly. So that's why Nature's Garden must price their essential oils accordingly. Although both companies in the fragrance department are lacking in certain aspects, because to me, their fragrances are not 100% top quality, but compared to each other, Candle Science has a slight advantage over Nature's Garden. Now, in terms of availability, they both have a wide array of fragrances. However, Nature's Garden fragrances are manufactured for both candles and soaps. So maybe this is why their quality is slightly off. And Candle Science carries both soap-safe fragrances and candle fragrances separately, which probably accounts for the slight advantage of fragrance quality over Nature's Garden. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree to what I have presented to you thus far. So in terms of quality of fragrances, I'll say there's a tie since Candle Science does not carry essential oils. Now for the next category, vessels and wicks. I placed these two categories together because Candle Science won by a long shot. Nature's Garden only has 3 glass jars available, and they're not for candle making. I'll put the image of their containers and their glass vessels on the screen so you guys can see. They have plastic bottles, but they don't have a large selection of them, and that's due in part because soap makers usually make soap bars or use molds for making their soap. And for molds, they do have a large selection of them, which is expected because in part, a big part of soap making is, using molds. Now for their wick selections, what can I say? They have wicks, which is nice, but they have wicks that I don't particularly use. So to name a few, they have city wicks, hemp wicks, HTP wicks, zinc wicks, and spooled wicks. Although they do carry HTP wicks, they only have 3 options: HTP 31, HTP 83, and HTP 104. Those sizes I have used, but I don't use them with my candles. I would just use them for testing because I had purchased the wick kit. So they also have a wick guide, but it's nothing compared to the one that Candle Science has. Nature's Garden wick guide is very basic, only includes the wicks that they carry, which makes sense since those are the only ones that they have probably tested, since that's the ones that they offer in their store. Now, Candle Science, on the other hand, carries a wider variety of sizes of wicks. They carry eco wicks, CD Wicks, CSN Wicks, LX Wicks, and spooled Wicks. They carry, they used to carry HTP Wicks, but when Atkins and Pierce changed manufacturers, Candle Signs stopped carrying the HTP Wicks. They carry 11 different sizes of the Eco Wicks, 14 for the CD Wicks, and 10 for the LX Wicks, to name a few. Their wick selection guide is by far one of the best for new candle makers to steer them in the right direction. So if you're new to candle making and you need some sort of wick selection guide, Candle Science is your best bet in this situation. You have an option to put your wax type, then your vessel diameter size, and then they give you a suggested wick type and size to use. And if you click on show all wick selections, you'll get a table chart with more selections and options. So if you want to only use one wick, they give you that option. If you want to use 2 wicks, they give you that option as well. Just remember that you must do your own testing. So I suggest getting a wick sampler kit. And in terms of their vessels, they have a wider selection and sizes than Nature's Garden. And even though Candle Science doesn't carry plastic containers, their main focus and customers are candle makers. So for the vessels and wicks category, Candle Science won this round. Now let's move on to the next criteria, which is ease of their website. I have to go with Candle Science because their page loads a lot faster, adding and removing items from your cart is simpler, the layout is less crowded and more inviting, and the menu is simpler as well. However, both have a good search bar option. Pricing, okay, so for pricing, Nature's Garden won this round. And I took the Vanilla Bean from Nature's Garden and the Very Vanilla from Candle Science to compare. I'll put the pricing of each of the Vanilla Bean and the Very Vanilla from Candle Science so you guys can see what I'm talking about as I read it aloud to you guys. Okay, so looking at this chart, you'll see that Nature's Garden is on one side and Candle Science is on the other side. Now for Nature's Garden, they have 1 ounce fragrance oil, which is, we're comparing the Vanilla Bean, and this is the 1 ounce fragrance oil for $2.85. Candle Science does not have 1 ounce bottles. They do have 2 ounces for $2.65, which is cheap. And this is where the comparison stops. Because when you go down to Nature's Garden, they have a 4 ounce bottle for $8.25. But for Candle Science, it's $8.68. Now, Nature's Garden has an 8 ounce option for $10.99. Meanwhile, Candle Science does not have that option, so you'll have to purchase 2 4 ounce bottles of $8.68. So if you do the math there, it will be a lot more than purchasing 1 8 ounce from Nature's Garden. Now, Nature's Garden has a 16 ounce for the same scent, and that is costing $16.99. The same size for Candle Science is $19.74. Now, Nature's Garden has sells 5 bottles of their 16 ounce fragrances for $79.95, which means that they're selling 5 pounds for $79.95. And for Candle Science, they're selling their 5 pounds for $88.82. Nature's Garden are selling a 10 pound option for $149.90. However, Candle Science does not have that option, so if you want to match it up with the Nature's Garden, you'll have to purchase 2 pounds for $88.82. And if you do the math there, that is way more than $150. So if you do want to compare the last one from Nature's Garden, which is a 25-pound fragrance oil option, they're selling it for $324.75 versus Candle Science that is selling it for $381.02. So if you're doing the mathematics there, you'll see that Candle Science is a little bit much more expensive in terms of their scents. So, and across the board, it's all like that. So you know, in this aspect, you could take your pick which company works best for you. Now, one thing that I do like about Candle Science is that they provide the unit price per ounce, which helps when you're going to price your candles, and it eliminates the extra step in you trying to figuring out what's the price per one item. However, as I said before, Nature's Garden fragrances are not the best quality when comparing it to Candle Science. So I highly suggest ordering sample sizes from both companies to compare. I'm not going to go into too much detail with shipping because shipping prices vary based on weight and your location. But shipping from their warehouse in Wellington to me in Miami, Nature's Garden is a lot cheaper when it comes to shipping. When I added the 25-pound vanilla bean to my cart, shipping was $28.06 compared to the 25-pound Berry Vanilla from Candle Science. Shipping from them was $30.24. Again, this greatly depends on your item weight and where both companies will ship your items. Now, waxes. Candle Science has soy wax, paraffin blend waxes, and beeswax. While Nature's Garden, on the other hand, has beeswax, candelilla wax, gel wax, soy wax from Golden Foods, Nature's Garden soy wax. So that'll be their own proprietary blend. They have soy and paraffin blend called Joy Wax that they have another proprietary blend. They also have Palm Wax, Pillar Bliss Wax, and Rice Brand Wax. So Nature's Garden has more selection of waxes, considering that they're primarily a soap retailer and don't have candle vessels nor lids. So that's kind of strange, but in this option, Nature's Garden totally took the win for wax selection for this section. Okay, now the final category that we're going to be comparing them to will be the rewards category. And Candle Science does not have discount codes on their website because according to them, they're already providing the best prices for their products. However, they do give you a free 2-ounce sample with every order over $25, which is a win if you ask me, because I want to test other fragrances that I don't necessarily have or want to buy a big bottle for, and I don't want to spend money on it, and I can get that for free with an order that I make from Candle Science. Nature's Garden does have discount codes. They run more sales on their sites, and they also have a reward point system where you earn X amount of cents based on your total purchase price. So they also have a lot of recipes in which you can use for soap making, some for candle making, and they also have videos to go along with them, which is cool. While Candle Science has more information and training on making candles, They also have a bigger social media following because they're mostly on Instagram and Facebook Live, specifically when we were on lockdown, so their social media following and popularity is greater. However, their tutorials are biased. Both Candle Science and Nature's Garden tutorials are biased because they're only using their product, which is understanding, since, you know, they're selling their own products. They're not going to be advertising somebody else's product when meanwhile they're selling it in their website. So for their reward system, I think it's a tie for both in this round. So in conclusion, both Candle Science and Nature's Garden have their pros and cons, and I'll put a chart with their final tally on the screen so you guys can see. So the chart will have Candle Science on one side and then Nature's Garden on the other side. And on the Candle Science side, you can see that they have, well, my rating. I have them as shipping time, they won that one. Quality of items, and this one, it was a tie with Nature's Garden. Vessels and wicks selection, then Candle Science had won that one. The ease of their website, Candle Science also took this one, but then the comparison kind of switches over to Nature's Garden when we get into pricing, waxes, rewards, they won that one together, and shipping prices, Nature's Garden got that one. So if you look at the chart, you can see that they are both the same quality in terms of them winning, or, you know, being a little bit over the other, because it was 5 on Candle Science and the same for 5 on Nature's Garden, comparing the two and including the 2 items that I graded them for as a tie. So both companies, they're both good in their own right. So let me know what other companies you would like me to compare, or if you want me to focus primarily on scents or wax or wicks type for any particular company down in the comment down below. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps other candle makers just like you find my video. So until the next one, bye.